Welcome to EasyTalk, the podcast for entrepreneurs. I am your host, Alicia Hill. This podcast is all about entrepreneurship, where we are going to deep dive into the real and relevant life of an entrepreneur. Today, we have our very special guest, Miss Kimberly Yasmine. In today's episode, we'll be talking to Kimberly Yasmine, a successful entrepreneur who is a health connoisseur who specializes in bridal while tailoring cosmetic style assistance for women of all tones and textures, being lifestyle, commercial, or events. We'll explore how she got started, the challenges that she faced, and the strategies that she utilized to build her brand. So whether you're just starting out or looking to take your business to the next level, this episode is packed with valuable insights that you don't want to miss. Welcome, Kimberly Yasmine.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you so much for being my very first guest on Easy Talk for Entrepreneurs.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit more about yourself, Kimberly.
Girl, I have been a makeup artist for 13 years,
Wow.
And the time has gone by so fast.
Wow.
It's gone by really quickly. When I first started doing makeup, everybody wants to know the story, how I got into the business. And so when I graduated high school, my grandparents and my mom were like, you need to go get a job, you know? I'm an only child, so, you know, kind of comes with a couple of perks. And they were like, all right, well, those perks got to be taken care of by you. But I got a job at Dillard's, and they put me in cosmetics, and I've been a part of the beauty industry since.
Wow, how phenomenal.
Yeah, thank
wow. Give us a fun fact about you.
Fun facts, I'm a country girl.
Really?
I am a country girl.
You mean dirt bike, playing in the mud kind of country girl?
Dirt bike, four-wheelers, rolling around in the grass, no shoes on my feet. I am a country girl.
I would have never guessed.
I have the scars to prove it.
Well, I can't say I agree. I am originally from Memphis. Okay. I've lived here all my life. Of course, I've been able to travel the world with my career, but I love Memphis. This is my home. I've always been here. So I would definitely have to say I'm opposite of you. I'm a city girl.
Okay. Well, we love the city girls too.
Today's episode is sponsored by PJ Townsend Fam, who is an expert at providing purpose-driven content for faith-based organizations, nonprofits, as well as emerging and upcoming businesses. So how did you become good at what you do?
It's repetition. You know, you have to work those muscles, whether it's with a craft, with its memory, whatever it is that you're doing. To hone in on a skill, you have to practice. And so I messed up a few faces before I got great, but we made it. And, you know, we're so lucky to have so many women in our lives who support us always.
Yes,
and it really feels like a sisterhood. You know, it's something that I don't take for granted. And so I have all these built-in sisters now with the platform.
I love that. Yeah. Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. So I'm sure the audience wants to know, in this entrepreneur world, some of the challenges that you face, even some of the sacrifices that you've had to make in these 13 years to get you to where you are now.
Well, a little pre-COVID, I went full-time. So maybe 2 years before COVID, I went full-time. So when COVID happened, I was year 2 into my business, and that just shook me up. I didn't know what to do, you know? And like many beauty professionals, we weren't able to go into the salon. Right. And so, you know, you were fined if you went into the salon. So that was maybe my biggest challenge so far. In being in entrepreneurship, but it was definitely a challenge. Wow. Yeah. But
so how did you overcome that? What ideas did you have to differentiate yourself into something different?
Into something different, I've always said, you know, well, at least my mom has always told me, be a leader and not a follower. Yes. And so I've always tried to remember to separate myself from the pack. And when I say that, it's not about a competition thing, but there's something unique about every person that's in entrepreneurship. So you just have to be different. You have to stand out. You have to know what resonates with your clients and the audience that you're catering to. And so when you're uniquely you and you're being yourself, people are going to gravitate to you, whether you like it or not. Yeah. And so I had so many outstanding and amazing clients. They were sending me cash apps. They were booking appointments they knew they couldn't come to. And that helped me during COVID. Wow. So, you know, you just have to stand out. You have to really be yourself and stay true to who you are, because because people love you.
Yeah, and especially when you are walking in your uniqueness and understanding your boundaries too.
Absolutely. In this business, you have to have boundaries. Otherwise, you will be ripping and running all day long, and you won't be able to, really manage your business the way that it should be ran.
Yeah, because you're letting others run your business for you.
Absolutely.
And I have to admit, I've been an entrepreneur. This is my 5th year now with ACG Brand Management. And one of the things that I found myself doing early on was just running for everyone, trying to do everything for everyone. I felt like I had to prove that I was who I was, that I could do great things. And so I accepted challenges that probably weren't for me.
Absolutely.
Have you had that happen to you where there were clients that you knew deep down that was not going to be a good client, but
Absolutely.
as an entrepreneur, you need the money. So what do you do?
Absolutely. I have definitely taken the money, girl. I have taken the money. It was on the table. And, now that I'm in year 13, I'm like, girl, all money is not good money.
Yes.
If it is going to make you upset, if it's going to make you break your own rules, your own boundaries, do things that aren't going to make you happy, how can you best show up for your client if you're not happy? So you have to take care of yourself first. And if it's outside of those bounds, you got to say no.
You have to say no.
Say
I
no.
think it's hard to say that to a new entrepreneur when their life is dependent on them doing their craft and making the money, because they have no additional income. It's like, this is me. I've got to make this happen.
Absolutely.
But I hear you saying that it is so important to stand on who you are.
You have to.
And know your boundaries.
You'll get lost. You will get lost in this business with all of the daily tasks, with all the to-do list things that we have to do always. And then you're wrestling with something on the inside, because when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else.
That's true.
You're either saying no to your peace, you're saying no to your sleep, whatever it is that's important to you that's going against the grain, you're saying no to it and saying yes to the thing that you don't want to do.
I love that, and I need the audience to hear that again. When you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else.
Absolutely.
I think that's very important. That's something to think about. If you're going to execute on that and practice that as a part of your life, you're going to have to say, hey, can I get back with you? Because you need to think about that.
Absolutely.
What are the pros and cons to me saying yes? Can I really do this? Because I'll tell you what I've experienced happen is you say yes, your calendar's booked, you're overbooked, you're tired, and now your quality has gone down.
Absolutely.
Your quality has gone down. Chasing the money.
Chasing the money.
You can't chase the money.
You can't chase the money.
So, Kimberly, every entrepreneur at some point in their life on this journey gets to a point where it's like, I'm going to get a job like this, because it's so up and down. Being an entrepreneur is sacrifice. It's more than 8 hours a day. It's a lot of challenges that you have to face and a lot of sacrifices. Do you mind sharing, as a real person that's an entrepreneur, a sacrifice that you've had to make?
Sacrifices over the years, I've made so many. I've made so many. When I was first starting my business, my family, they're going to Six Flags, they're going to Disney World, they're on vacation. And I'm like, I need to put my business first. I have to pay for this new equipment. I'm trying to move into a new studio space. I was trying to build something that I knew was going to work, and it did work. It has worked. And, a lot of times you sacrifice your family. Your family. Thankfully, I have a very supportive mom. I love her so much. I love you, Mommy.
She loves you, Mom.
And, she has been very supportive from the beginning. And you have to have friends and people that, are in your life that have to understand what entrepreneurship is.
Yes.
If there is no grace for this sacrifice, it's going to be very bumpy.
Today's episode is sponsored by ACG Brand Management, a brand valued focus company that focuses on the value of brands for organizations as well as individuals. So, Kimberly, we've got time for a couple more questions.
Okay.
One thing I know maybe some of our listeners as new entrepreneurs may be dying to know is, what would you tell yourself today if you were a new entrepreneur that you had to learn the hard way?
Get the assistant.
Get the assistant.
Pay the CPA quarterly and get the assistant, because you can't be pulled in many different directions at the same time. It's gonna hurt. It hurts to be pulled in so many different directions, having to wear all of the hats. especially if you are very passionate about what you do. When you're passionate about what you do, you're very much so a creative. And when you're a creative and you're being the business owner, and
it takes away from the creation.
It takes away from the creation. So
yeah, that's very good advice.
Yeah.
So basically, stay in your craft and hire those people for the weaknesses that you have.
Absolutely.
Accept those weaknesses and say, hey, I need an assistant.
Absolutely.
And whether you're strong or weak in finance, you need a CPA. You have to.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, you're saying to yourself, I'm not going to make that much money. I don't need one. And that's not what you're in business for. You're in business to grow.
And they help you with your investments. You know, sometimes it's hard to, after you're done doing the business and you're like going through those statements, or you're going to another project and you're doing this beautiful work, it's like, now I have to put on a hat to, okay, I want to elevate my business. If you want to grow your business, if you want to elevate your business, there are some people that have to be on the payroll.
Have to. It's a must. I run into so many clients in my industry with ACG brand management that say, I don't have a marketing budget. How could you not? How are you going to brand your business and keep it consistent without marketing budget?
Absolutely.
You have to have it. And for social media, yes, social media is free. But what does the quality of your social media look like?
Absolutely.
That's what represents your brand.
Absolutely.
So you have to have that. And if you're not good at it, you need to hire someone that is.
For sure. I
And
agree.
that's just where the world is today. So speaking of the future, what does the future look like for your artistry? Any big projects, anything on the horizon, any collaborations coming up, big weddings?
Well, I am traveling quite a bit. So the end of this summer towards the fall, I have a lot of collaborations and projects that I'm working on. I'm really excited to take this to other places that need to see Kimberly Yasmine. I won't spoil it, but be on the lookout. I have a really big client that I'm about to work with.
Wow, I'm excited for you. And I've seen some of your work on Instagram with some celebrities that you've worked with, Essence Festival. I know you've done like Stellar Awards. So you've done some great things. You've done my face.
Yes, absolutely.
So how can we reach you? How can we connect with you?
Well, guys, you can reach out to me via my website. It's www.kimberlyyasmine.com, or on Instagram, I'm Kimberly Yasmine Makeup. And I would love to have you. I would love to see you and to, for them to be a part of what we got going on over here. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful. Thank you so much for coming and being my very first guest.
Absolutely.
It was so important to me to start my podcast off with real and relevant, honest, truthful guests, and you were the first person that came to my mind because you are just so naturally beautiful inside and out. And I know you are willing to help make a difference in someone else's life that's about to travel along this journey.
Yeah.
So thank you for sharing with us. Anything else you want to share or say that I maybe didn't ask?
Keep God first.
Yeah.
You have to have your source. You have to know yourself. You have to know your worth. And that's going to take them a really long way.
Yes. And on this entrepreneur journey, you have to know where your help comes from. And it's only going to come from above.
Absolutely.
Only going to come from above. Those times where you think it's dry and this is not going to work and why is it not working, sometimes you just need to hear a word.
Absolutely.
To help you to continue on your journey. So thank you so much.
You're
to all
welcome.
of our podcast listeners, please make sure that you stay tuned. Up next, we're going to have our second session with Miss Kimberly Yasmine. So please look forward to hearing from her. Thanks for tuning in.